恭喜发财 and a happy new year to everybody, but unfortunately for her fans, Ray is still away on her Chinese New Year break, so I will be taking over ICYMI for now. Some of the headlining news of today is that the successor to the cult favorite Pocophone F1 could be arriving soon with some seriously good specs and a new name, while we get a clearer look at Samsung's upcoming foldable smartphone. Meanwhile, we also have an update on the Wuhan virus situation and some news on the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Stay tuned for the details. Finally, the Pocophone is set to make a return, only this time it won't be called the Pocophone F2 as long expected, but instead it will be called the Pocophone X2. They haven't provided an actual explanation for the new naming system, but there is a microsite that teases at some pretty impressive features. And that includes a high refresh rate display, a Qualcomm processor, and a liquid cooling heat pipe. If you access the site, it will show you a different message based on your device's display. If you have a 60 or 90 Hz display, it will make fun of you, while if you have a 120 Hz display on your device, the site will imply that you're spending too much money, which seemingly points to the X2 having a 120 Hz display. It looks like this could be a global version of the Redmi K30 that's sold in China, which has a 6.67-inch Full HD Plus LCD display with, of course, a 120 Hz refresh rate, while it's powered by a Snapdragon 730G that's mated to 8 GB of RAM and 256 GB of storage. Some new renders of Samsung's next foldable phone has been leaked by notable leaksters Roland Kwan and Evan Blass, and they show off the new Galaxy Z Flip. A year after the release of the original Galaxy Fold, the Galaxy Z Flip will look pretty similar to the Motorola Razr, although it comes with a Full HD Plus resolution display instead. It could also feature a new cover called Ultra Thin Glass, which supposedly is a more durable material than the current plastic foam on the Galaxy Fold. Based on the leaks, we're looking at a 6.7-inch dynamic AMOLED display with a secondary 1.06-inch always-on AMOLED display, while a Snapdragon 855 Plus powers the device along with 8 GB of RAM and 256 GB of UFS 3.0 storage. At an expected price of around 6.7 thousand ringgit, it certainly won't come cheap, but if you have some extra cash to burn, the Galaxy Z Flip is expected to launch alongside the S20 series on the 11th of February. So most people consider the iPhone to have a pretty good camera, but recently the folks over at DxOMark shared their thoughts on the iPhone 11 Pro Max's front-facing selfie camera, and it doesn't sound good. A score of 91 points puts Apple's current flagship smartphone below almost all of its main competitors, with the Galaxy S10 Plus, Note 10 Plus, and the Huawei Mate 30 Pro, and even the Pixel 4 and 3 all scoring higher than the latest iPhone. Part of the issue, according to DxOMark, is that there's a large amount of noise in photos shot with the selfie camera, while the new iPhone also seems to distort faces near the edges of the frame. That said, it still isn't necessarily a bad selfie camera. The folks over at DxOMark still praise the smartphone camera's pleasant and vivid colors in the outdoors, while the phone also gets accurate exposures with a wide dynamic range. So yesterday we spoke about potential 100,000 ringgit fines for the spreading of fake news regarding the Wuhan virus, and now a group of 14 physicians and specialists in Malaysia has issued a joint statement asking for Malaysians to have a calm, strong and sensible response to the coronavirus outbreak. The Malaysian health professionals have said that the response of some Malaysians by creating and sharing false rumors and news on social media has been pretty disappointing. The illegality of spreading false rumors and news was also emphasized by the group, with the MCMC and the Royal Malaysian Police also recently warning that spreading false information on the Wuhan virus outbreak is an offense under Section 505 of the Penal Code. There have been no deaths in Malaysia caused by the coronavirus thus far, although airlines have cancelled direct flights from Wuhan since last week, with a reported 7 cases of the virus in Malaysia. For the latest official updates from the Ministry of Health in Malaysia, you can follow them on Facebook or Twitter with the official links in the description box below. A good piece of advice in general is not to share something unless you're sure of the authenticity of the information. So that's all for today's episode of ICYMI, and remember, as always, if you enjoyed the video, to give it a thumbs up, like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hit the notification bell icon so that you stay updated on all future news. So this is Nick signing off. Bye!